I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to just sit back and enjoy the music. But here you go, the Gloucester County Flute Ensemble, a Celtic Potpourri.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited to be back. This is our winter concert for this season. And Celtic, what does it mean? A lot of people think it only means Irish. Well, that's not true. It's a combination of several geographic areas, Ireland, Scotland, Brittany, over in the Emerald Isles. So you see we're all wearing a green accent or a green shirt today to represent the Emerald Islands. Our first piece is called the Wellerman Sea Shanty. I'm sure you all have heard it. It was a big craze on TikTok a few years ago. And it's influenced by musical traditions, okay? A sea shanty usually has rhythmic movements through it or rhythmic patterns that represent the rowing of the oars or the hoisting of the sails or, God forbid, walking the plank, right? However, the Wellerman really isn't a sea shanty, although we called it that because that's what people think it is. It's technically just a work song, all right? So this is the Wellerman Sea Shanty, and it was arranged by a fellow in Florida, Ray Braswell, who has done a few arrangements for us for this concert, and we hope you enjoy it. He wrote this as part of a 3-act ballet in 1923. This particular movement from that ballet, the Shepherd Girls Dance, or Herdsmaiden Dance, is a folk-like piece, and it depicts the movement of the girl tending the livestock. Sam Brooks is our soloist today. Sam is a band director in Gloucester Township Public Schools, middle school no less, and a freelance flutist from the South Jersey area who has graciously shared his talents with us. He plays for free. We love Sam. So this is Herdsmaiden's Dance, and we hope you enjoy it. right, the next piece we're going to play for you is Londonderry Air by Percy Grainger. I'm sure all of you recognize this as probably the Irish tune of all time. It was actually written about County Londonderry, the green rolling hills, whatnot, and the melody, the folk tune, was collected by a woman by the name of Jane Ross, and it was published in a manuscript called Ancient Music of Ireland. However, in 1913, it was set to the tune that we all recognize and love today, Danny Boy. The lyrics were written by an English lawyer, Frederick Edward Weatherly, in 1910. So it took 3 years for them to match it up with the melody. So you hope that you enjoy our version of Londonderry Air. have come to one of our concerts for the first time? Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. So if someone had said to you yesterday, hey, you want to go to a flute choir concert? Yeah. Good answer. All right, so let me tell you about the flute family. A lot of people think it's just the C flute. Everyone hold up your C flutes. The regular flute, right? Yeah. No, there's other members of the family. Piccolo. Piccolo sounds an octave higher. It's really tiny. The case is this big. You can put it in your purse. No one knows you're a musician, right? Okay. Then we have the alto flute. There's a couple of us on alto flutes, and it's a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper, written in a different key, so you have to transpose the music, not as simple as you think. And then the bass flute is 2 octaves lower than the flute, and it's pretty big, it's pretty heavy. What we don't have today is the contrabass flute. Our friend in New York usually comes down to help us, and she has to stand to play it, and she calls it Sven. She named it, it's so big, has a personality all its own, and hopefully we'll get her here for our next concert, but the contrabass flute. And then there's a double contrabass flute, which is even more piping wrapped around, and it goes into the depths of the deep ocean, right? Yeah. So the flute family. Now you know, right? Now you know. All right. Our next piece, if you played in band in high school, how many of you played in band in high school? You played this piece, I guarantee it. The Folk Song Suite by Ralph Vaughan Williams. And this was arranged for our flute ensemble by Ray Braswell, that composer, arranger in Florida I was telling you about. We wanted to do a piece that embodied the Celtic theme that we had. And what better way than Folk Song Suite? So there's 3 movements. Please don't clap in between. There's the march, which stands for 17 Come Sunday. The second movement is intermezzo, My Bonnie Boy. And the third movement, the march, Folk Songs from Somerset. It was published for a military band concert for July 4th, 1923. And it has evolved into so many different versions for different ensembles. It is composed of 9 English folk songs, 9. So you have to really listen to see where they come in the music. Originally, Vaughan Williams wrote this for 4 movements, but he decided the second movement that he called Sea Songs, he wanted to make more money, so he made that an entirely different piece and published it separately. And he made more money on Sea Songs than Folk Song Suite. But this is our version of Folk Song Suite for flute ensemble. the next piece on our concert, A Celtic Prayer, written by Ray Braswell, our friend out in Florida. It features your choir and also a dear friend of mine, Lucia Marone, on harp. So I had to look this up because I was like, what is a Celtic prayer? And my opinion was different than what my research proved. So there's no distinction between the sacred and the secular. It's all interconnected in a Celtic prayer. And the prayers come from a variety of sources. Some are translated from Gaelic, some have been evolving over time from people immigrating to other parts of the world. So Ray Braswell, he has over 20 versions of this piece. And I asked him, I said, could you write it for Flute Ensemble? He said, sure. Oh, could you add a harp? Sure. Hey, could you add a choir? He says, now you're pushing it, but he did for us. So we hope you enjoy this particular version of a Celtic prayer. This is a world premiere of this version, so we hope you enjoy it. So I have to tell you, this concert was a lot of fun to put together for you. In November, we did a piece with all piccolos. Do you remember? And you all said, wow, we loved it. It was our favorite piece in the whole concert. So we're going to bring the piccolos back for this last piece. It's called the Pennywhistle Jig, and it's a Henry Mancini piece. So here's our pop tune, right? It's going to be featuring Beth Egan and Sam Brooks on piccolo, and you know, Sam, can I tell you how wonderful he is? Sam decided to write a harmony part to the Henry Mancini piece. So this is a world premiere for Sam's harmony part. It's an Irish tune. It was written for the 1970 movie, The Molly Maguires. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a touching story. And it was recorded first by Sir James Galway, who is probably one of the premier flutists in the world. We want to thank you for being here today. We hope you enjoyed the Flute Ensemble concert, and we hope that you learned something about the flute family. We will be back June 22nd for a Western cowboy theme, so we hope you join us then. All right, so this is the Pennywhistle Jig, and thank you for coming. Raise your hand if you got your 10-year pin. Yeah, so we have Jeanne and Caryl in the back, Rose in the second row, and hopefully, cross your fingers, several others will get their pin this year. So.
Well, aren't you glad you came? Yeah. Thank you, choir from St. Paul's. Let's hear for our choir again. And on behalf of both the Gloucester County Flute Ensemble and St. Paul's United Methodist Church, I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget there is a love offering basket on the podium in the back. The next concert is June 22nd. We will have the air conditioned fully blasting that day. But invite friends. Again, when we started, there were like 5 of us. And now look at all of us. And I would love to see people waiting in line to squeeze into church for the next concert. So spread the word. Continue to have a blessed Lenten season. If you are looking for a church this Lenten season, this is a good church where we laugh, where we sing, and where we truly welcome every person. You can go to stpaulsalive.org, stpaulsalive.org, to find out more. And I know Sharon was sitting here, and I can't not say, April 27th is our semi-annual chicken barbecue, still $14. It's delicious chicken. It's a key fundraiser for the church. You can order your tickets online, pick up the chicken between 11 and 3. So if you're a visitor, at least think about getting chicken from us later on. But anyhow, again, thank you so much. And I wish all of you a great afternoon. Thank you for being here.